I'm from Nelson, Kootenay Lake here in southeastern BC, and with Mike and two other friends co-own the Amherskaya Flying Tiger 10 meter.
Amherskaya is fast. That's what we love about it. I mean, that's what I love about Amherskaya. Amherskaya is just fast. A little bit of wind and Amherskaya just gets up and goes.
Nice big open cockpit. Our boats that we individually own are older and have smaller cockpits. They're more confined, and so being on a sport boat that has a big wide open transom and a lot of space for the crew to make the boat perform is really enjoyable.
Kootenay Lake has been a great place to be able to sail, and I guess the narrowness of the lake sort of replicates a lot of what we will potentially be sailing through, so short tacking and short jibing. But we don't tend to see the wind and definitely not the fetch that we're going to see out on the Inside Passage.
It would be nice to see longer sustained winds, but this is the conditions we have in the lake that we have. So we work with what we've got. This last spring we did take the boat to Vancouver Island, and we did a circumnavigation of Vancouver Island, and that widened our depth of experience in getting out into larger waters with the boats and more sustained winds.
We dropped the mast here in Nelson and trailered it to Bowen Island, got to Bowen Island, and it was 105 man-hours to put it back together and provision it and launch it in the water. But that was good. It was 105 man-hours over the course of a day, and the next day we went sailing.
We had a friend in Bowen Island that allowed us to park the truck and trailer on his property, and there was a ramp there where we were able to launch the boat, and we were able to put the mast up with a gin pole that Mike constructed, so we were able to keep our contact with other folks limited, with COVID and all that. And we set out on a Monday morning at 8 a.m. out of Bowen Island, and 7 days later we returned on a Monday.
We had awesome weather twice. 2 different afternoons we stripped down to our shorts, and after that, other than that, we were in foulies the whole time. It was, it was Vancouver Island weather, January, but it was good. It was really good.
It was like we'd have a great day and great sailing, and then we would get punished with drizzle or downpour and pedaling for hours on end, and then we would get rewarded with some great sailing, and then we would get punished again. So there was a real seesaw there. We had some incredible spinnaker runs also coming down some of the inside passages on the northern half of the island.
The highlights. If competitors are listening to this, it was a train wreck. We broached the whole time. We're in big trouble. Don't bother following us. Oh, what we learned from the trip is really how to manage as a team. The Flying Tiger has a great big cockpit, like Jay had mentioned, but the downfall with that is it's got a tiny little cabin. So it sleeps 2, maybe 3 at best. So the systems that we had to work on to make sure that people were getting enough sleep, enough rest, eating properly, and all of those systems and still getting along. Really, it was great. We figured out how to work as a team and perfected a whole bunch of systems. If I had one thing to say to a young sailor, I would say just try it. Because it doesn't look as sexy as a wake boat or a water ski boat, but it's the most fun you'll ever have at 6 miles an hour.
I would say learn to sail, and it's a sport that will be there for you for the rest of your life. And there's such a wide variety of craft that there's endless learning that can occur with it, and you can always improve. And you get good enough on one boat, you switch to another one, and you're starting all over again. So it's just greatly rewarding, and it's a great way to engage with the outdoors and the environment. It's just endlessly fascinating.